Zomboys.
Hello, and welcome to Zomboys episode Redacted.
I'm not going to say that. I'm just going to say the title.
I'm going to say episode Redacted.
Hoobie!
And we are rolling.
Hey everybody, welcome to Zomboys.
Episode Redacted.
What? What could that possibly mean?
We don't know when we're going to air this episode.
No, we don't.
But it's not really a wild card.
No, it's not a wild card. It's a genuine review of the movie. I don't know what year. Don't care.
Zomboyland. Not Zombieland. This is a completely knockoff movie.
We made our own movie about ourselves. No, we watched... you don't have to look at the year. Who cares? We watched Zombieland. Because... Why did we watch Zombieland?
Because we decided that the previous movie we did was really bad.
Oh, yes.
And the episode didn't turn out good.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert, the episode before this was Maggie, and I don't know when Maggie's gonna air on the podcast.
We're gonna... Maggie was kind of slow and boring, and we didn't really have much to talk about.
So either before this will be Maggie.
So we're gonna,
or wildcard episode.
Yeah.
Or maybe neither of those, and this is going up tomorrow.
Yeah.
So it's hard to say which one we're going to do.
We're going to try to edit Maggie if it's not already out. We're going to try to edit all the crap out. So we'll give you a nice short episode of Maggie one week. Maybe. Maybe not. And if not, don't watch it. Okay. So let's talk about this movie, Zombieland. Should we start off with what the fuck are these things?
Well, Zombieland, 2009.
Okay, 2014.
And we always go through what the description of the movie is on IMDb.
Oh, that's right. I'm jumping ahead.
A shy student trying to reach his family in Ohio, a gun-toting tough guy trying to find the last Twinkie, and a pair of sisters trying to get to an amusement park join forces to travel across a zombie-filled America.
It sounds dumb when you read that out, but, spoiler alert for our discussion, this movie is fucking fantastic.
If you haven't seen Zombieland, stop listening to this immediately.
Yeah.
And go watch Zombieland.
You have to.
Because if you love zombies, this is like one of the best quintessential zombie movies you have to see.
Top 10, top 20 at least best zombie movies.
Oh, it's fantastic. It's not long. It's only an hour and a half.
Yeah, it was only an hour and a half, which is actually why we picked it, because I don't have much time to record today. But yeah, honestly, I assume everyone who's listening to this has seen it. Because,
if you're a fan of zombies, you have to have seen Zombieland. I feel like that's like a rule that I wrote down now. I just wrote it on my hand.
Yeah, speaking of rules, rule number 69, you have to...
Rule number 69, listen to Zomboys and watch Zombieland.
That's a complicated rule.
Rule number 96.
There we go. I don't know why I said 69.
Watch Zombieland.
96 is just rubbing butts.
No, it's just 69 the other way.
God damn. Is it? No. Is it? Wait a minute. We've actually had this discussion before.
Yeah, 69 and 96. It's the same thing.
We've had this discussion before, and I think I had to write down the number, the letters. No, it was numbers. God damn it.
I had to write down the letters. You goddamn illiterate bastard.
I can't read it right. I had to write down the numbers 96. I'm like, is that right? 9, 6. Oh, okay, yeah. What are we talking about?
Zombieland.
Oh, yeah, the rule, yeah. So we assume most of you have seen it, but if you haven't, I would recommend going out and watching it before you listen to this, although not really much in the way of spoilers. It's kind of just a fun, hilarious, ridiculous action comedy.
Oh, it's fantastic.
It's so good.
The only downside is that it does have Jesse Eisenberg in it.
Fucking so bad. Oh, how does he have a career as an actor?
We'll get into Jesse Eisenberg in a little bit.
Fine.
Let's start with...
I'll even say...
What the fuck are these?
I'll even say, in this movie, he is not at his worst. And that's it. That's all I'll say about that.
That's your compliment to Jesse Eisenberg. Good job, Jesse Eisenberg, for not being at your worst.
This isn't your worst.
What is his worst?
Probably Batman versus Superman.
As Lex Luthor?
Yeah, he's insane
Lex
in that.
Luthor.
He's really bad in The Squid and the Whale.
What about Mark? Didn't he play Mark Zuckerberg?
Oh,
Didn't he do that too?
I've never seen the Facebook movie. He's supposed to be good in that, but I don't know how people feel about him. I have strong feelings on him. I feel about him the same way I feel about Leonardo DiCaprio.
That you love him.
And Jared Leto, where they're just... very...
That Jared Leto's a very handsome lead singer of 30 Seconds to Mars.
No.
That's all I know him from.
That
Has he done other things?
Yeah,
other than be the lead singer of 30 Seconds to Mars?
He's in movies.
What?
Did you really not know that?
No. What movies has he been
What?
in?
Are you kidding? You're joking, okay. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about?
What movies has he been in?
But yeah, so they're just all actors who... They don't act, they just try to be as embarrassing as possible, and they think, like, yelling and seeming insane will make a good character?
On that note, though...
Yes?
You just described the career of Samuel L. Jackson.
No.
Of screaming and...
No, but he's not being so unabashedly embarrassing. That's what these actors do, is they're like, I'm going to put everything into it. And everything is sometimes too much.
Or not enough.
No, it's too much.
Sometimes it's not enough.
It's too much. Like, Batman v Superman... Okay, we don't have to super get into this, because this isn't a super critical podcast. But, yeah. They're just the actors that, like, if they seem crazy, they're like, this is doing good. Whatever, we don't have to talk about this. People don't care about my opinion on Jesse Eisenberg.
They probably do, though.
They might. I'm just not a fan. Alright, so
what the fuck are these things? They're zombies.
Yeah, they're zombies.
They're right in the name, Zombieland. It's not reinventing the wheel on zombies on this. They're zombies, and you turn if you get bit.
Yeah.
And in the beginning, I guess it takes like a couple hours, because that girl falls asleep in rapey Jesse Eisenberg's apartment.
Oh, God, he's such even, like, there's no way that was written in his character to be super creepy.
Rapey?
To be, like, a disgusting, weird creepo. But he pulls it off perfectly. He's really good at seeming creepy and weird.
Yeah. He is very good at seeming creepy and weird.
Yeah.
And almost like he's just creepy and weird.
Huh, I wonder. Huh. Alright, so,
gotta look into this Jared Leto character, though.
Oh, yeah, he's been in some movies. What's this thing you talk about? 30 Seconds to Mars?
Yeah, 30 Seconds to Mars.
Oh, that's the real name?
Yeah. That's the real name of his band.
I was like, I hope I get one word wrong. That'd be funny.
Nope. Nope, you were trying to get it wrong, and you got it all right.
So, okay, yeah, they're just pretty much zombies. If you, like, shoot them in the chest or something, they, like, fall...
You gotta shoot them in the head to kill them.
So they're not, like, completely impervious to damage other than heads. Like, if they break their leg, like, it'll hurt them somehow, but it won't kill them, obviously.
A couple of them fell off of tall things and they die.
Yeah.
So, like...
But yeah, it's pretty much just...
Like, blunt force trauma to the head.
Yeah, just head injuries, pretty much.
Yeah.
We don't see anything else be a zombie.
No, nothing else is a zombie. No gorillas or monkeys or... anything like that. Giraffes.
No.
Foxes.
No rhinos.
Bears.
No penguins, which we'll get
into.
Beavers. No beavers.
Penguins?
Yeah.
How will we get into penguins?
We'll get into penguins later, don't worry.
I'm thoroughly puzzled.
It's a line in this movie. But yeah,
oh, yes! That is one of the movie.
That's a good line.
I'm following you.
So yeah, they're pretty much zombies. It's nothing special.
They eat everything that's normal.
They just eat people, whatever.
Although one zombie breaks a leg bone in half to, like, drink the bone marrow.
Oh, yeah.
That was pretty brutal.
Yeah, the zombie rules are kind of...
That was pretty sweet.
Are kind of just silly.
And
just like whatever
they're, like,
looks
smart.
funny.
They're smart zombies.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
You can't, like, look at it and be like, oh, like... This is not Dawn of the Dead, where they went out to, like, make a zombie movie, and they're like, oh, like, here's, like, the established rules for zombies, and then their rules don't make any sense.
Yeah.
This movie establishes very early on that it's a comedy movie first, and a zombie movie second.
Yes.
And from there, it just is awesome.
Yeah, the zombies are just a vehicle for our enjoyment. Just
it's
pure enjoyment. It's not like...
Exactly.
Trying to do anything crazy. It's just, let's just have some fun with this.
Yeah, exactly. The beginning of the movie, I love.
Oh, man.
I love the opening credits of this movie.
It's beautifully shot.
I'm confused why the world is so small and why it's covered with cracks, though. When they zoom out of the world...
I'm guessing that was just some sort
of
artistic choice.
A tiny little Earth with magma cracks in it.
I think... I was going to say, it's probably on the cover. I think that's just some sort of artistic choice.
No,
I don't think it's the world. We do see the world as we are going through it. It's not magma. No magma.
I saw magma though. In the 3D world that they show, there is magma.
There's no magma.
There's no magma cracks.
There's no magma anywhere on Earth.
There's magma under the crust of the Earth.
No, nowhere.
I mean, my other thing. Well, I was just gonna say my other thing is that the Earth that they show is round, and that is obviously fictional because the Earth is flat.
I'll give it to him because this is a fictional movie. I'll allow a round Earth.
I will not. Flat Earth.
Where's the Arctic ice wall?
Hashtag flat Earth for life.
Yeah.
And Australia isn't real.
What? Is that part of it?
Yep.
Really?
That's a thing.
Okay. Let's get into this movie.
All right. So the opening of the movie is fantastic.
Yeah, because they never landed on the moon. No, go ahead. Get into the opening.
The opening of this movie is fantastic. Yeah. Where, like, the credits are going, and it's all, like, kind of slow-mo, but, like, as the credits are up, zombies are, like, knocking into the words, or people are knocking into the words, and they, like, tumble out of the way. Like, some really cool, like, After Effects work it was done in that.
Yeah.
And, Metallica's playing the whole time. Mm. And, like, there's just, like, some really cool, like, standout moments in the opening credits.
Yeah, oh, yeah. All of, like, it's just, like, cutting between people, like, being chased by zombies and stuff.
Yeah, getting
chased. All, like, it's, like, the rest of the movie is shot fine.
But like, in the beginning, it's all, like, slow-mo and just, like, really coolly done slow-mo.
Yeah, it's, like, great lighting and good angles.
Take note, Zack Snyder.
Yeah.
If you want to see how slow-mo is done, watch the beginning of Zombieland.
This is how you do it.
Because this is how it's done.
This is done very well.
It was done very well.
Yes.
There was a zombie stripper at one point chasing an Asian man.
Yeah. Just holding, a stack of money. And the other two guys behind them were, like, running out with their drinks.
With their drinks in their hands.
Still in their hands.
There's a zombie prisoner that, like, looks like he threw the the regular corrections officer off the corrections tower.
Yeah. It's just, like, good fun
stuff.
There's
a man in a tuxedo shooting an AK-47.
He reminded me of Scarface.
Yeah, except white. Because he wasn't... Well, I guess Al Pacino's white, too, but either way. He was white Scarface, not Cuban Scarface. No.
Yeah, and he's just in a white tuxedo, like, just shooting an AK-47. This is just a great fun movie. Yeah,
Jesse Eisenberg also goes through his rules about, wear your seatbelt. Like, Jesse Eisenberg has all these nerd rules, because the whole thing of this movie is, like, he's a little whiny nerd.
He's, like, supposed to be, like, this neurotic, like,
he's, like, a little whiny bitch.
He's very whiny.
He's like a little whiny bitch.
He's like little whiny bitch.
He's like, oh, you gotta have these rules. I always put on my seatbelt.
Yeah, like, okay.
I always check the back seat and double tap. And the rule number 1 is do cardio. Yeah. Don't tell me what to do, Jesse Eisenberg.
Fuck you.
Just for that, I'm gonna sit down and eat a whole pizza.
Oh, I love pizza.
And only because you told me to, not because I love pizza.
And I'll outlast you in the zombie apocalypse, guaranteed.
Or I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah. Don't say what I think you were going to say. I think, or if you listen to us, you know what he was probably going to say. But it's good you didn't. Good restraint.
Yes, I'm learning how to restrain myself, people. So he goes through all of his stupid fucking rules.
Yeah, he goes through
He's like, watch out for bathrooms. He has like, it doesn't even tell you how many rules he has, but he has a bunch. Look out for bathrooms is like rule 109 or something.
Yeah, I think it was like 37 or something. But it's like 1, 2, 3, and then it's like 17 and like 37.
I want to know what all of his rules are.
I wonder if that's like an extra feature or something.
I kind of want to know what all of his rules are.
Yeah. But yeah, so he's got his little rules, which, like, honestly, okay, I'm fine with his character. I wish it was played by someone else. Like, if you put, like, Michael Cera in this role, I think that would... You disagree?
I'm not a big fan of Michael Cera either, honestly. You know who I'd rather see in this role? Jonah Hill. I think Jonah Hill would have been funny in this role. But fat Jonah Hill.
Yeah, that's...
Not skinny Jonah Hill. I want fat, super bad Jonah Hill.
No. Like the character from Superbad?
No. Okay, I want that version of Jonah Hill, though, where he's fat.
What about McLovin from the movie?
No, I fucking hate McLovin.
Yeah, I hate him too. I don't know. No, I don't think Jonah Hill will work. But fine, someone else. But
Zach Braff.
Who's Zach Braff?
He's from he's from that
Zach Braff. What?
He's from that show Scrubs.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, but he's like 50.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Oh, another little fucking whiny bitch. I'm so glad he got that Oscar. He really deserved it.
Who's the fat kid from Jake and Josh?
Jake and Josh?
Or Drake and Josh, whatever the fuck.
I don't know. Is. Josh, I think. It doesn't matter.
Kel from Kenan and Kel. Keenan from Kenan and Kel.
Kel from Kenan and Kel will be pretty... Oh, he's like 52 now. Everybody's 50. Everyone who's not a kid is
God damn it.
Whatever.
Anybody except for Jesse Eisenberg.
I don't mind his character, but the way that Jesse Eisenberg does it, it's bad, and he's like creepy, and he's not good at acting. So when there are like emotional moments,
I guess I could get behind McLovin being in the movie if he played a character like, not like McLovin, but like his character in Role Models.
Okay,
if he played it
I
like
mean, that's
that,
kind of like this
yeah,
character.
if he played it like that, I could get behind it.
Yeah. I agree. Yeah, I like the weird, like, neurotic angle, like having someone who survived just because he's such like...
Because he's such a little whiny bitch.
Yeah, because he's such like a little, like, basically, because he's like a little whiny bitch, and he's like, okay, no, I gotta make all these rules and make sure I follow them properly, and then I'll be okay. And it was working for him.
Yeah, so
he's
like...
not tough like everyone else who's surviving is. He's just like...
No, and he even says that at the very beginning of the movie, when you first meet him and you see him at the gas station. Yeah. You're like, he goes, oh, how did somebody like me survive? And he's like, oh, it's because of all my rules.
Yeah. So it makes sense.
And like he's like, oh, I got to go to the bathroom, and he looks and he sees like a bloody fingerprint on the handle to the bathroom. Is that what it was? Yeah, and he stops, and then a zombie bursts out of the thing. But on the thing it says, avoid restrooms or something. Like that's the other cool thing. It's like they put like the rules built into the scenery sometimes.
Yeah, I really like when they do that.
Which was cool. So a zombie bursts out of there and it chases him, and then another zombie comes and he runs over to his car and tries to put the keys in and drops them. So then he has to run around the parking lot another time, and then he goes, picks up the keys, and he realizes the door was unlocked. He gets inside and drives, and then a zombie comes out of the back seat, which he broke one of his own rules.
Yeah, he did not check the back seat.
Yeah, he didn't check the back seat.
Although, to be fair,
but he did click his seatbelt.
Yes. But here's just a little nitpicky thing. How did that zombie get in there? It's
yeah,
not like
it's
he
true.
Like, got into a random car. It was the car he just got out of.
Yeah, it's true.
So the zombie got in the car, hid in the back seat, and then closed the door.
And then just like laid down in the back seat.
Yeah, like it was hiding.
The zombie was that smart that it was able to lay down in the back seat.
Like they have a little bit of intelligence, like they open doors and stuff, but
yeah,
for them, I don't know. That little nitpicky.
For them to be that intelligent, though, I mean,
yeah,
but for all intents and purposes,
it's fine.
It's fine,
and it's just to show like his rule. Because then he drives.
Then he drives and smashes into like a barrier.
Yeah.
And the zombie flies through the windshield from the back seat, and he's fine because he's wearing a seatbelt.
Yeah, he's totally fine.
We discussed this too, and I'm like, so he gets out of the car and first he puts it through the windshield, then the zombie comes and tries to get him.
Yeah.
And he ends up shooting it, then gets out of the car and shoots it again. Yeah. But this car was so fucked up that it couldn't drive away. He drove into like a brick wall with it. Yeah. But the airbag didn't deploy.
No.
He gets out and he's fine.
He is totally fine.
He doesn't have a concussion. He doesn't have whiplash.
He's so fucked up.
He would be fucking destroyed.
Yeah, man.
Because he hit the wall doing like 40.
Yeah.
He like punched it across the parking lot and just
from 40 to a dead stop.
You'd be fucked up.
Which would have been nice.
Just end the movie right there. Jesse Eisenberg
he dies, and then
Jesse Eisenberg all
Harrelson.
fucked up in the thing. Which honestly, I want to see a prequel movie to this with just Woody Harrelson.
Oh fuck yeah!
I don't want to see Jesse Eisenberg.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to see a sequel.
No, prequel would be good.
I want to see a prequel with just Woody Harrelson surviving in his Cadillac Escalade with a big 3 painted on the side.
Oh my god, he's so cool. Let's quickly get to that, because that's all I want to
Well, it's like right after this.
Yeah, so he's walking down the highway with he's like, always travel light, and he's got like a little wheelie suitcase.
Like a little wheelie, I think it was red, but I'm going to say it's pink.
I think it was black.
I thought it was red.
I thought it was a dark color. It's fine.
Could be dark red.
Could be. A nice maroon.
So, he's walking down the highway, and he's talking about, how there's no other people, and blah, 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 blah. Yeah. And then here comes Woody Harrelson in a big Cadillac Escalade with a snowplow on the front and a big Dale Earnhardt 3 painted on the side. Yeah. And he comes, smashing through the stuff. And Jesse Eisenberg, runs and, hides behind a car. And Woody Harrelson pulls up. You don't know it's Woody Harrelson yet. Yeah. And he stops the truck. And Jesse Eisenberg grabs, a motorcycle that's laying down and, props it up on, the kickstand. Yeah. And, hides behind it and, has his gun out. Uh-huh. And Woody Harrelson gets out.
In, the coolest way. He just, it's, the perfect way to introduce a character. Is, he opens the door and it just shows his feet. And he steps out with his leather boots. He's got,
cowboy boots,
He steps out with his cowboy boots.
And it, zooms up, his legs. Yeah, it's, a slow pan. Yeah. And it shows, he's got, a shotgun and, a holster on his leg. It pans up to him with, a shitty goatee and, a cowboy hat on.
Oh, my God.
And he looks like just such, a white trash, scumbag.
He looks so white trashy. It's great.
It's fantastic. Yeah. And, he pulls out his gun. They point their guns at each other for a little bit. And then Jesse Eisenberg takes his hand away and puts his hand up like a hitchhike.
Hitchhiking, yeah.
And so Woody Harrelson
like,
motions to get into the car.
Yeah.
And then as he gets into the car, he walks over and he kicks the motorcycle down that Jesse Eisenberg's set up. And he gets to the thing.
Everything he does is so great. This movie makes everything so funny. It's fantastic.
He pulls out a knife in the car, and Jesse Eisenberg goes, your knife almost knocked over your liquor. Because he's got a bottle of Jack Daniels sitting in the cup holder.
Yeah. Oh, fantastic.
And it's just shit like that, like, if it was someone else other than Jesse Eisenberg saying it, it would be great.
And a lot of times I did, like, laugh at the things he said, but...
the lines were funny.
The lines were good.
It's just Jesse Eisenberg,
Some of his deliveries were good enough.
Were flat. Some of his deliveries were flat.
Yeah.
He wasn't, I don't know. He doesn't have the comedic timing, I think, that he needs for a movie like this.
No. Sometimes he was, I don't know.
He was hit or miss.
He was hit or miss. Sometimes he had the timing down well enough. Like, when he's like, when the joke is like him being like this scrawny little, pipsqueak, that's when it works for me.
Yeah, exactly. When he's being a creepy, rapey man.
Oh my god.
He's believable because he looks like a creepy, rapey man.
He was like looking at Emma Stone later in the movie, and he's just like doing this with his eyebrows, and you can't see. But like he's like doing like basically like
he's doing like the Rock eyebrows.
Yeah, like back and forth. It's so weird.
And then he asked, like, "Can you smell what Jesse Eisenberg is cooking?"
Yeah, and she said, "What, a shit in your pants, you fucking coward."
So, now they're teamed up. Woody Harrelson's like, "Oh, I'm going to Tallahassee," and Jesse Eisenberg is going to Columbus, Ohio, to like try and meet up with his family.
So that's what they call each other.
So they call each other Columbus and Tallahassee.
Woody Harrelson's like, no names.
Yeah, so they're Columbus and Tallahassee now, and he goes, "I could see that you're going to annoy the shit out of me." He's like, "I'll take you as far as Texarkana." And he's like, "That far? Okay."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh." And so now they drive down the highway, so now they're teamed up.
Yeah.
And then you learn about Woody Harrelson's weakness.
Twinkies. Yeah.
Fantastic.
It's so funny.
His only weakness...
It's such a dumb thing. It is so amazing.
...is he wants to find Twinkies.
Yeah.
And he hates snowballs.
Yeah.
He hates coconut.
Yeah.
Not the taste, the consistency.
The way he delivers every line is so fucking amazing.
Woody Harrelson is an amazing actor.
He is. And even his emotional scenes in this are so fucking good.
Just in general, Woody Harrelson's a great actor.
Yeah.
Everybody else in this, even Abigail Breslin, who was terrible in Maggie.
Yeah, she was not good in Maggie. She was really good in this.
Was good in this.
Yeah. So yeah, she is good in a lot of things. She just isn't a super good dramatic actor.
No. So,
but I mean, she's still young. Maybe one day.
Maybe one day.
But yeah, he opens up to the hostess truck and he's snowballs.
And he starts stomping on him, jumping up and down.
It's so funny. His character is, I gotta try not to fucking gush over him so much.
He's like, because before they go down the hostess truck, Jesse Eisenberg's like limbering up, like doing like calisthenics, like stretching. And he's like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "Well, I'm stretching." And he's like, "I would advise you do it too if we're going down that hill. You don't want to pull something." And Woody Harrelson's like, "Does a lion stretch before it takes down a gazelle?"
Yeah. He's so cool.
His lines are fantastic.
Yeah.
And you can tell, like, he's having, like, a genuine good time during the zombie apocalypse.
Yeah.
Like, there's many times he's killing zombies, and he just has a smile on his face.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yes.
Pure joy.
I love it.
Yeah, like, then they start driving off again, and, they see somebody, a woman eating somebody, and he says something about her having a man-witch.
Yeah, and he's like, Jesse Eisenberg's like, it makes you so sad. Like, if you can go back to before this all happened, like, you'd spend time catching fireflies in your backyard. Yeah. And he's like, it makes you so... And he goes, hungry, is what Woody Harrelson says. And he goes, I seriously have... Jesse Eisenberg's like, I seriously worry for you.
Yeah.
And
so he, like, drives by the lady eating the man and just opens his door and just fucking smacks it into her head, just for fun.
And that's the zombie that breaks, like, the leg bone and drinks the bone marrow from the inside.
Him through this whole movie is, like... This is the movie that glorifies the zombie apocalypse.
Yes, this is the movie that like, when people, like, go, like, like, the zombie apocalypse would be so cool.
Yeah, people
This
like
is
us.
the movie that's, like
yes,
their wet dream.
They're like, yes, it is.
They're like, it's this. This is what we imagine zombie apocalypse to be. Not how it would actually be, and it would be terrible. And
maybe.
And it wouldn't be nearly as fun as this.
I don't know. I might have a good time. But yeah, just shooting zombies whenever you want, going into people's houses, doing whatever you want in there, just having a good old time.
Yeah, they go to a grocery store at one point.
Oh, yeah.
And he opens up the back and he's got like a pickaxe.
Yeah.
And Jesse Eisenberg goes, "What are you, a prospector?"
Yeah.
Now, if you've listened to our previous episode, you'll know we have an ongoing prospector joke.
Yes.
Of that movies would be better with an old-timey prospector in it.
Yes.
And this is the closest I think we're going to get.
This is the closest we're going to get to a prospector being
In a zombie movie.
Yeah.
So he's like, "What are you, a prospector?" And then, so he grabs he has a banjo, a baseball bat,
Yeah.
and then a pair of, like gardening shears,
Yeah.
like the big gardening shears. And they go into the grocery store, and he starts playing,
Yeah,
he starts playing the song from Deliverance. He
Yeah.
starts playing dueling banjos.
And
And the one zombie guy comes out, and he goes, "You got a purty mouth."
Yeah.
And he runs up and smashes him in the head with a
Yeah.
fucking banjo.
Oh, it's so
and I was like,
great.
yes, this is so great.
Yeah, and the action in this movie is really great, too.
Oh, it's really well
It's so
done.
well done.
And, like, the thing is, too, is, like, there's just enough action in the movie to keep you strung along.
Yeah,
it
yeah.
wasn't constant action.
Yeah.
But there was just enough to kind of keep you going
Yeah.
to the next action sequence that was fun.
Yeah,
like, there's enough jokes and stuff in between.
Yeah, it was paced so well.
Exactly.
It, like, fucking flew by.
Yeah, this movie, it was an hour and a half. I felt like we were watching it for, like, 20 minutes.
Yeah, yeah.
And I remember thinking that in the movie theater, too. That I was like, oh, no, it's over already?
Yeah,
like,
it really flies by.
because I saw this movie when it came out in theaters.
Yeah?
I don't know if you did or not.
I did not see it in the theaters.
Yeah, I'd seen this when it came out in theaters, and
Yeah.
I fell instantly in love. It was great.
Yeah. I remember liking it, but I did not realize how much I like it. Like, I just remember, like, oh yeah, this is a good movie, right? Let's watch that. It'll be fun to talk about.
Yeah.
I was like, oh no, I fucking love this movie.
yeah, no,
It's good. It's a great movie.
And we had talked about watching this a little while ago. We were like, oh, we should watch, like, Zombieland at one point.
Yeah.
And, of course, like, Shaun of the Dead's going to be on the list eventually,
Sure,
too.
yeah.
Like, that's another one people love. I'm not a fan, but when we do it, we'll get
Really?
into why
Okay.
I'm not a fan of
Yeah,
Shaun
we
of
will
the
get
Dead.
into that. Idiot. No, that's fine. You can have opinions. I give you permission to have opinions.
Well, thank you.
welcome.
I appreciate
As long
that.
as I pre-approve them.
So, here you also see Jesse Eisenberg being a bitch in the grocery store, because a zombie comes and he runs, and Woody Harrelson has a baseball bat,
Yeah.
and he goes, "Don't swing, don't swing, don't swing," and then
he
slides underneath, and he goes, "Swing!" And Woody Harrelson smashes the zombie in the
fucking
head, and then
cracks him right in
smashes
the
it on the
head.
floor, and then just takes his baseball bat and throws it.
He just throws
it away.
If this was any other zombie movie, we'd be like, what a fucking idiot. In this movie, I was like, oh, he's so awesome.
And then, and it's just the way he does it, too. Like,
Yeah.
he just throws it down the aisle.
He's
like,
just like,
fuck
oh,
it.
he's so cool.
And then a big fat zombie
How many times
comes.
do you think I've called him cool already?
Probably 15, 20.
Yeah, probably.
The cool-o-meter.
The cool, yeah. Someone keep cool count.
Cool count.
Hashtag cool count. Tweet at us.
Tweet at us. How many times did Casey say that
Woody Harrelson
that
is
Woody
cool.
Harrelson was cool in this movie?
Yeah, so, yeah, let's get to, yeah.
Yeah, so then a big zombie comes,
Yeah.
and Woody Harrelson assumedly chops off its head with the gardening shears. You don't see it happen,
yeah.
but they kind of like zoom over to Jesse Eisenberg, like thinking that Woody Harrelson's really cool.
Yeah.
Add that to the cool count.
Yeah.
And then it's like him. It just cuts to the shears being thrown down the aisle
He
again.
just throws them.
And then they're walking away, and then you see Emma Stone there.
She like, runs out from the back.
And she runs out from the back. Previous to this, you find out Jesse Eisenberg being a fucking creeper, and in like his college dorm room
yeah.
apartment.
Yeah.
And his neighbor, who goes by the name 406.
Oh, Amber Heard.
Yeah, Amber Heard. 406 is the name that she has in the movie.
It's just like, yeah.
Because that's her apartment number.
Yeah.
And he's a creepo and doesn't know anybody who lives right. It's
Yeah.
his next door neighbor,
It's like,
and he
yeah.
doesn't know their name.
Yeah. What a
Although,
fucking asshole.
honestly, I don't know my neighbors' names.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's that.
That's a good point, actually. All right, I
But
will fault
anyway,
you for that.
if I thought this girl was
Yeah, if
attractive...
you had an attractive neighbor who
if I had an
like,
attractive neighbor, I would be
actively
like, hey,
interested in.
I want to try and figure out what her name is.
Yeah.
So there you go. I don't know any of my neighbors' names, so none of them are attractive to me.
Yeah. Yeah, you're not trying to bang your neighbors.
If you know your neighbor's name, you're probably trying to bang them.
Probably. That's
Just-
the only reason
It's
to know
de
their
facto.
names.
There you go.
Only reason to know their names.
Oh, damn it, I know my landlord's name.
Are they hot?
Nah, he's like a 75-year-old man.
Is he hot? Okay.
So anyway, So you find out she like bangs on his door and he lets her in, and he's like, "Oh, I have
was
Code Red Mountain Dew and Teddy Grahams
Yeah.
in a little Ziploc
Yeah.
bag." He's like, "Oh, the Ziploc bags keeps them fresh,
Yeah.
keeps them crisp."
Oh god, what a fucking.
And she
thing.
like sips, like he hands her like a mug,
Yeah,
and you think it's gonna be like a hot chocolate or like coffee or something,
Yeah.
and she sips it, and she's like, "Mountain Dew," and
Yeah.
he goes, "Oh, Code Red."
Yeah. Oh boy. Yeah. So
Establishing that he's a nerd right off the bat.
Yeah.
Because all he does is drink Mountain Dew, Code Red, play video games, and eat Teddy Grahams.
that's fine.
He
He said that's what he does most Friday nights, and I'm like, yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, I
Yeah.
I do that most Friday
I don't
nights
like
as well.
Mountain Dew, but no,
But other than that, that's pretty much, other than the Teddy Grahams.
yeah. We should pick it up a little. We're probably going a little slow for.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay.
We'll be good.
Okay. I can't.
There's not much plot.
I never know what time.
We're about a half hour in.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, so we got time.
No, that's what I meant. Is we're like only in like the first scene.
No.
Okay. So whatever. So Amber Heard like tells him like.
Tells him that like a homeless guy tried
I
to
wanted
bite
to
her.
talk about
okay,
this.
well then you talk about it.
No, I don't want to. Because what if I mess it up? You
Nope,
talk about it.
nope. All eyes
Yeah.
on you now, bud.
So Amber Heard is.
Today, Junior. Making fun of a kid who can't read good. What's wrong with you?
So Amber Heard tells him like she's all rattled because a homeless man was like chasing her, like running after her, and she says he tried to bite him, and she thinks he's still out there, probably on drugs or something. She's like, "Can I stay here the night?" And he's like, "Yeah." And then he's like, he says like in his like inner monologue, he's like, "I've always wanted to brush her hair over a girl's ear."
Yeah, because
like,
she's like laying like on him, like on his chest. She gives him a kiss on the cheek, and she's like laying on his chest, and he's like, "Oh, I always wanted to brush hair over a girl's ear," and that just brings us. He ends up killing her with a fucking.
Yeah. She turns, so obviously
She turns and he ends up killing her with a toilet lid.
Yeah,
but
which
that
is
was
fun.
important because when he sees Emma Stone, the first thing he says in his inner monologue is, "Somebody's in danger of having hair brushed over their
Yeah,
ear."
okay.
That was the whole reason why I wanted to go in the backstory thing.
Something
Otherwise, it was completely fucking useless.
Yeah.
But
that was pretty funny.
he's like,
So, yeah,
"Oh,
some of the stuff is good.
somebody's in danger of getting hair brushed over her ear,"
so-
like a fucking creeper.
A little
so
creeper.
They go in the back, and
Emma Stone.
Emma Stone's
and
sister is
Abigail
back
Breslin.
there. And she says that she's bitten, and she's like, "Oh, end it."
Yeah.
And they're going to, and Emma Stone goes, "Oh, give me the gun, I'll do
let
it."
me do it.
And then they turn the gun on them, steal their truck.
Yeah.
Woody Harrelson gets super pissed off.
He's so pissed. It's great. So they're like walking down the highway, and Jesse Eisenberg is like, "Hey, how about this minivan?" And he's like, "Huh." He starts looking at it, and then he picks up a
Smashes
crowbar
the minivan.
and just starts smashing the windows of the minivan.
It's so fucking
climbs
great.
on top, and it's just like pounding on the roof. It is so funny. And he says, like, you gotta work, something about the little things. Oh, enjoy the little
Yeah,
things.
you gotta enjoy the little things. And so now they stumble across an H2 Hummer, a bright yellow Hummer.
Jesse Eisenberg is like, is it better to be, or he's like, do you think we're smart enough, or, no, Woody Harrelson is like, do you think we're smart enough to pull off a con like that? And Jesse Eisenberg doesn't say anything. He's like, you hesitated.
And he goes, "But wait, I got a question for you. Is it better to be smart or lucky?"
Yeah.
And there's a big H2 yellow Hummer parked, and like the hood is being used to prop up the front porch of the house.
Yeah.
So there's like a $70,000 truck being used to prop up the front porch. And Woody Harrelson goes over and opens up the door, and there's two hands like gripped onto the wheel, but no body. And he takes it off and gives Jesse Eisenberg the finger with the one hand and throws them away.
And Jesse Eisenberg, per his rules, checks the back seat and sees a big duffel bag.
Filled with guns.
Filled with guns.
And he goes, "This is a big truck, and those are some big guns." That's what Woody Harrelson says.
Yeah.
And then he goes, "All right."
Thank God for rednecks.
Yeah, he goes, "Thank God for rednecks."
Yeah.
He goes, "All right, I'll give you a minute." And it's just Woody Harrelson outside just shooting the guns in the air, going, "Yeah!" Just screaming,
He's just
shooting
got like
guns.
two submachine guns just like spinning and firing them in the air.
It's
so
awesome.
perfect.
And then he paints a big 3 on the side of this truck, and then goes down the highway, where they run into the girls.
Yes.
Again, their truck, the Cadillac Escalade, is parked in the middle of the highway.
Like the hood up.
With help written on the side.
Yeah.
With the 3 being used for the E. And they end up scoping it out, and Tallahassee goes up front towards the truck, doesn't see anybody, but then Columbus, the little girl, overtakes Columbus.
Yeah.
Because he's a little whiny bitch.
Yep.
And so now they're all teamed up together, all 4 of them.
Yeah.
And you find out that they're trying to go to Pacific Palisades or
Yeah.
Pacific Playland.
Yeah. I mean, the 4, they quickly, like, what Woody Harrelson quickly like gets the gun from one of them, and they're pointing guns. And Jesse Eisenberg's like, "All right, can we all just fucking calm down? We're trying not to be eaten by zombies.
Can't we all just get along?"
Yeah, and so they pretty much are like, "Okay, whatever." They quickly start to trust each other somewhat.
Yeah, so they're trusting each other.
Yeah.
You find out that the girls are going to Pacific Playland.
Yeah.
It's an amusement park in California. So they all decide that they're going to Pacific Playland.
Yeah.
After Columbus learns that Columbus, Ohio is a ghost town that it pretty much burned to the ground. They stop at the We Want 'em, Your Wampum. Gift shop.
It's like a big Native American like gift shop.
Yeah,
and so Jesse Eisenberg is like trying on cologne or whatever, and Woody Harrelson's like, "Perfume?" And he's like, "What?"
No, it's cologne. He whispers it because now he has the hots for Emma Stone.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh well, you want to fuck?"
Yeah.
What's her name in this movie? It's
Wichita.
Yeah, he's
Wichita,
like, "Oh, you want to?"
Rock.
Yeah, he's like, "Oh, you want to fuck Wichita?" And he's like, "Well, wish me granted." He's like, "She fucked both of us."
And then he says something like condescending to Jesse Eisenberg, like, "Yeah, good luck with that shit."
Yeah,
and he turns around.
He goes, "Oh, good luck, Petunia," because he smells like perfume now.
Yeah.
And he turns around, and Jesse Eisenberg sprays some on his neck.
Yeah.
And he goes, "I've whooped wholesale ass for a hell of a lot less than that." He's like, "Oh, I'm sorry."
He's like, "Let me start with my 3-part apology." He's like, "Nope. I'm going to give you 45% power." And he punches him in the shoulder.
Punches him really hard in the shoulder. And he
like,
knocks like a vase like off the thing.
Yeah.
And he goes, "Oh, break another one."
Yeah.
And now like they do a super slow-mo scene of them just smashing shit in this thing. And it's really well done. Once again, Zack Schneider, if you want to see good slow-mo.
See a good slow-mo or a good montage?
Watch Zombieland.
Yeah. It looks like so much fun, and the actors had a fucking ball.
Oh, yeah, they're knocking over beads.
Just
they're
like
knocking over
spears, like hitting like tomahawks into drums.
It's awesome.
It's just fun. And then like things are like falling off the ceiling, and like this is when like the words come back in where it says like
oh yeah.
Yeah, Jesse Eisenberg has written in his rulebook like enjoy the little things, so it says that like enjoy the little things, and then things like falls like a light and falls.
Oh yeah, and then right before that though, right before they walk in there, Woody Harrelson rings the bell on the door and steps aside and shoots the zombie in the head. And he goes, "What do you think, zombie kill of the week?" And then Jesse Eisenberg's like, "Well, actually, zombie kill of the week was."
In a voiceover.
How did he know what the zombie kill of the week was? It was weird. Took me out of the movie for a minute.
Yeah,
and it was like a nun that dropped a piano on a zombie. Was what the zombie kill of the week was.
It was fine, but
seems like it was a very elaborate setup to drop a piano on a zombie.
Had to be timed perfectly well.
Yeah, I want to know how they set that all up, because that nun was like an old lady.
Yeah, she like rang a bell and a piano fell.
And you didn't see like any more people.
Yeah, the only thing I know about pianos falling is from like that happened in like old timey movies. I don't know.
The only thing I know about pianos is they're very heavy.
Yeah.
And I feel like that little old lady couldn't get a piano up on a hoist to rig it up to like a bell that she rings.
Yeah, it was,
I don't know.
Just like some weird Rube Goldberg contraption. Not a big deal. Just
I would have liked to have seen the contraption. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough.
So they go to Hollywood after this, and they find an Adolf Hitler zombie.
I love LA.
I love her!
It was Charlie Chaplin.
It was Adolf Hitler. There was an Adolf Hitler zombie.
That would be so weird.
Although
it wouldn't surprise me in this movie.
So it's a Charlie Chaplin zombie.
Yeah, they're right around like Mann's Chinese Theater or whatever.
Yeah.
And, there's like
Grumman's Chinese Theater.
What?
It's Grumman's Chinese Theater, isn't it?
What? I don't think so. I
thought it was Grumman's Chinese Theater.
Whatever. I don't care. You can look it up. But yeah, so they're like, all right, where should we stay? And Woody Harrelson's like, I got an idea. And he makes him go grab a map of the stars' homes. Like
it is Grumman's Chinese Theater.
Okay. Liar. Look up Man's Chinese Theater. Okay, that's a thing.
That's it.
Okay.
That's the famous one right on Hollywood.
Okay.
Right on Hollywood Boulevard.
Tweet at me what I'm thinking of. You looking it up? Okay.
Man's Chinese
Theater. So they pick up a map of the stars' homes. Is it the same thing?
So it was originally known as Grumman's Chinese Theater.
Okay.
It was renamed to Man's Chinese Theater in 1973. So I was talking about the old Chinese Theater.
I was going to say, that is so far back.
Pound on that one, because that one's... All right, we were both right.
Yeah, we were both right. Weird.
Strange.
What an old reference for you to use. But yeah, so they pick up a map. And they're like, where are we staying? Where are we staying? And they pull up to...
a big house with a big BM on the gate.
Yeah.
And it turns out
he's like,
it's
not
Bill
Bob Marley.
fucking Murray's house. Bill Murray's in this movie.
Yeah.
And I remember when I saw this in the movie theater, I was just so excited that Bill Murray was in it. Because he's so good in it, too.
He is good in it.
He's just himself.
Yeah.
In zombie makeup.
Yeah. Yeah. So they're like looking around his house or whatever.
The little girl, Little Rock, doesn't know who Bill Murray is.
Yeah.
So Jesse Eisenberg finds the movie theater that's in Bill Murray's house and decides to show her Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
Which, honestly, I mean, solid Bill Murray movie, I guess, to show. Sure. I don't know. I would choose a different one. I'd show, like, Caddyshack or...
Whatever.
I don't know.
I don't know what kids would respond to vis-a-vis Bill Murray.
Stripes.
Maybe. I don't think I've seen it. I haven't seen all of his movies. I'm sure you have.
No, I haven't seen all of his movies.
But yeah, so they're like...
Life Aquatic of Steve Zuzu.
Ooh, I love Life Aquatic.
We should... That's the one they should have shown.
Yeah, that would be great.
Life Aquatic.
Yeah.
Garfield.
One of his Wes Anderson movies. That would have been good.
So Bill Murray climbs off the bed and
he looks like a zombie.
Emma Stone and Woody Harrelson
like
are in the other room. They're playing Ghostbusters on the stereo, dancing around, and she's hitting golf balls. One hits Woody Harrelson in the head, and he falls down. And Bill Murray comes into the room like a zombie.
Yeah, and he's reaching his arm out,
and he's like, "Bill Murray, you're a zombie?"
Yeah.
And Bill Murray's like, "Ah!" And
no, he's not making any noises.
And Emma Stone whacks him in the fucking kidneys with the golf club. And he goes, "Ow!
It burns!
Oh, I'm burning!"
Oh yeah, I'm burning.
And they're like, "Oh my god, you're alive!" So they talk and they're hanging out, and Woody Harrelson's gushing over Bill Murray.
There was a great scene where he's just like, Bill fucking Murray!
Yeah, he's loving that Bill Murray's there.
I turned away, hoping that wasn't too loud. It was just so great.
He's just so excited that Bill Murray's there.
He is like a little kid in a candy store.
And so Bill Murray offers them weed, and they smoke weed.
Yeah, he's like,
and then they're pretending they're the Ghostbusters, which might be my favorite part of the movie.
That's
just
really
in the
great.
entire movie, where Emma Stone's like, "Oh, it's so disgusting. It looks like slime."
Yeah.
And then there's Woody Harrelson's dressed as a Ghostbuster,
with his cowboy hat
and everything on, and the cowboy hat, and they're pretending to get the ghost off the ceiling.
Bill Murray's just got a vacuum.
And Emma Stone's Janine from Ghostbusters. Yeah. It's so disgusting. And
it's so good. All the segments in this are so good.
Then they decide that they're going to prank Jesse Eisenberg.
Yeah.
And Bill Murray puts on his... Yeah, they're high. Bill Murray puts on his wig and goes in there like he's a zombie. And Jesse Eisenberg, rather than being a little bitch, hops up and shoots Bill Murray in the chest with a shotgun.
Right in the chest.
And he's like, "Ow!" And Bill Murray sitting in the chair, he's like,
you say hello where you're from?
And he's like, Woody Harrelson's like, "I think we could stitch this up." And Bill Murray looks over at Jesse Eisenberg and goes, "I don't think I'm gonna make it." And then he has a really long, drawn out death scene where he just keeps going. He takes another breath and does it again. And he does it again and he dies. And Emma Stone starts laughing. She's like, "Oh, he has a direct line to my funny bone." Yeah. And
it's so good.
So they dump his body off the thing. Jesse Eisenberg and Emma Stone almost make out in the house.
Yeah. They were dancing a little bit.
You find out that Woody Harrelson's kid is actually dead, not his dog.
Yeah, we didn't mention the dog before.
But before he goes through his thing and he says, Holmes, a puppy named whatever the puppy's name was.
Duke or something.
Duke or Champion or something like that. And
Buck?
Buck, puppy named Buck. Then it turns out Buck was his kid, and now his kid's dead, and that's why he's a crazy badass.
Yeah,
and Emma Stone almost makes out with Jesse Eisenberg.
And then because she didn't, she kind of realizes with her sister, we're not supposed to get close to anybody. We got to only take care of each other.
Yeah, it was Woody Harrelson broke it up. She's like, "We're building a fort in the other room."
Yeah.
And so as they're pulling away in the next morning, he goes to Woody Harrelson and he goes, "You're like some kind of cock-blocking robot that they developed in a lab."
Yeah.
Which was a great line.
And I love that Woody Harrelson is just in a towel.
Just wearing a towel.
There's
that's
no
it.
reason for that. He's just
a cowboy hat and towel.
No reason.
I feel like he's like Indiana Jones or or Burt Reynolds in Smokey the Bandit.
Oh, yeah.
He doesn't take his hat off.
Yeah. Oh, man.
So, so they go to Pacific Playland, and the two girls go to Pacific Playland.
Yeah.
They are going to...
They turn on all the power.
Yeah, they turn on all the power, and all of a sudden zombies come out everywhere. as to be expected.
Yeah.
There's a ton of noise and a ton of lights, and there's tons of zombies.
Yeah,
and they were riding on that swinging ship, and
Yeah.
that's when they see all the zombies. Like, oh, fuck. So they run through the park, they get in their truck and drive it into a lake.
Yeah.
They dive out because there were zombies on it, but they drive it into a lake rather than trying to drive out of there.
Yeah, just like make a sharp turn and the zombies will fall off.
And then they have the dumbest idea of all. Yeah. And they climb up on the slingshot ride, and it shoots them up in the air.
Like the big tower that just goes shoots up and then slides down and then shoots up and slides down.
And so it shoots them up, and then they slide down. And
I was doing a jerk off motion.
There's a bunch of zombies at the bottom, of course.
Yeah.
And they shoot up again, and they keep sliding down.
Yeah.
So they shoot the control box.
Like once they're high up.
Yeah, they're high up. They shoot the control box to stop the ride, and now the zombies are just kind of all at the bottom.
Yeah.
While this is going on,
plan?
I don't know what their plan was. At that point, you're dead.
Yeah, like there was a ladder that they could have climbed up if they wanted to get somewhere high.
Yeah.
You're trapped on a ride that's going to just slowly dip you back into a crowd of zombies. I don't know.
No,
I mean, it's not like this movie. I'm letting everything slide because it doesn't matter. It's all for fun.
Because it's just all for fun.
It's just all for the fun.
Yeah, I can understand that. So then they decide that they're going to. The two guys. They're going to split and go their separate ways. And Jesse Eisenberg's on a motorcycle. Yeah. Which I was like, well, he's never rode a motorcycle in his life. And he's like, says about the girls, he's like, oh, they were in somebody's wallet too.
Yeah.
Because Woody Harrelson carries around pictures of his son in his wallet. And he's like, oh, they were in somebody's wallet too. And then he goes to go take off on the motorcycle, and he falls into the bushes.
Right into the bushes.
Which
like,
there was
obviously
a bunch of other cars in that garage.
Yeah,
you could have taken any of those cars. Fucking idiot. God damn you, Jesse Eisenberg.
But so Woody Harrelson pulls up next to him, he's like, get in, Evel Knievel.
Yeah, get in, Evel Knievel. And they get in, and they drive over to Pacific Playland, and they're like, oh, they actually need our help. So they drive into the center of the place, and Woody Harrelson gets out and like packs like all these guns into a backpack.
Yeah, I mean,
like a vest.
There's only so much we can talk about.
Oh, where he slides the car, just goes.
He drives and he like hits the brake and slides the car, and he's shooting, and you can see every time the gun flashes, you can see his fucking big ass grin as he's just mowing down zombies, and then he runs over
a couple of them. Yeah, and it says double tap down on the thing. And so then he gets out and he has like a tactical vest and he puts all kinds of guns in it.
Tons of guns.
And he has an air horn. He starts blowing the air horn. And he's like,
come on, you undead sons of bitches, let's go.
Yeah, and he gets all the zombies to follow him. Yeah. Well, most of them.
Yeah.
Some of them are still following Jesse Eisenberg, who still is carrying around the double-barrel shotgun.
Yes, they have so many guns.
From the very beginning of the movie, he has a double-barrel shotgun.
It is...
And, there's even a joke when they're shooting Bill Murray, Bill Murray's, quote-unquote funeral. They're doing, a 21-gun salute.
Yeah.
And he has his double-barrel shotgun, and they have to stop because he's like, oh, wait, I have to reload.
Sorry,
it's a double-barrel.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, at that point, choose a different gun.
Funny joke, but now, it's time to choose
a different gun.
Choose a different gun.
So,
I started there real bad. Real big. Choose.
So,
that's what I was trying to do. Sound cool.
Choose.
Yeah.
So, zombies are chasing him. He runs into a haunted house of all places.
That's so dumb.
And one of the zombies gets eaten by a giant snake that's in the wall. I want to know, how did that work for just regular people walking through the haunted house? Did somebody get grabbed by a giant snake in the middle of the haunted house?
Yeah.
Because that seems like a really bad idea to have in your haunted house.
So dangerous.
So the zombie gets eaten by the snake. Not a real snake, a robotic snake.
Oh,
and,
really?
Yeah, it was not a giant real snake. It was a giant robot.
Okay.
Robot snake.
Robot.
It was a robot snake.
I regret saying robot.
And so then fuck, what happens next? He keeps going through the haunted house and a zombie jumps on him. Yeah. But he's walking through the haunted house real slow.
Yeah, aren't you trying to save these two?
And then he gets out of the thing, runs and runs across one of the swinging rides, and it swings back, and he runs across, swings forward, and it hits the zombies that are chasing him. And he gets over to the slingshot tower thing. And there's no real zombies over there. There's just one or two. And by this point, Emma Stone and the sister, Abigail Breslin, are out of ammo with their guns. They had shotguns, and they shot a bunch of times without reloading.
Yeah, a lot of
times. They shot 30 times without reloading.
Yeah.
And that would never actually happen, that you could shoot that many times without reloading.
It was a lot.
So he gets over there, and earlier in the movie, he found out that he was afraid of clowns.
Yeah.
And there's a zombie clown there. Yeah. He's like, oh, so he gets real scared.
One of his rules is don't be a hero.
Yeah, he goes, fuck this clown.
Yeah.
And he grabs the clown, the big hammer for the
ring the bell.
The ring the bell game.
Yeah.
And smashes the clown in the head with it. Yeah. And he smashes its head and it goes,
Yeah, that was funny.
It makes the clown nose noise.
Yeah. I think they got it.
So he goes over and he saves the two girls. And then during this, Woody Harrelson's just being a complete badass.
Oh,
he jumps on like the one swing ride and is just holding on
yeah.
with one arm and just shooting with his submachine gun as he swings around, just
it's so fucking cool.
killing all the zombies. He gets on a roller coaster and is just riding it with his shotgun, shooting the zombies off the roller coaster.
It is so fun.
He finally climbs into like one of the like games like where you can win like stuffed animals.
Oh yeah.
And climbs inside there and closes all like the shutters on it. And like, all the zombies are there. And he's
they're
just
like metal shutters, so there's like gaps in them that you can shoot through.
And he's just shooting with two pistols.
He like lines up magazines for the pistols, and he's just shooting and then drops them and then just fucking slams them
down. It's like
down.
super dramatic because like the music is playing and it's a little sad because you think like Woody Harrelson's going to die because there's so many zombies there.
There's so many.
And then all of a sudden he's still alive.
And then it shows like all the zombies are dead, and he spins the pistols like a fucking cowboy.
Yep.
And then kisses them.
Yeah, and puts them away. And then
oh, fucking great.
Jesse Eisenberg saves the two girls, and they're like, "Oh, where's Tallahassee?" And he goes, "I think I have an idea because there's a place. There's a place that says fried Twinkies." And he goes in there, he's like, "Where are you, you little sons of bitches?" And he's kicking like over shit. And he's like, "Goddamn false advertising!" He's yelling, and something makes a noise in the back room. He turns and shoots.
Yeah, Jesse Eisenberg turns and double taps, basically shoots twice.
Yeah, shoots twice and puts a big hole in the door.
Yeah,
and they open up a door, and a rat or a mouse run out.
Yeah.
And they look, and there's the box that had the Twinkies in it. Yeah. Jesse Eisenberg put fucking shotgun shells into it.
He starts to apologize, and Woody Harrelson just like puts up his hand, like, "Don't."
Yeah, like
don't.
It's too soon. He says, he's like, too soon. And so now they hear the truck starting to pull away, and they're like, "Son of a bitch!"
Yeah,
like they're stealing the truck again, and they run outside, and the girls stop, and the one holds a Twinkie out the window and throws it to Woody Harrelson, and then
he just has such happiness on his face when he eats this Twinkie. It's great.
And then they go to get in the truck, and the girls pull away a little bit, like haha, like the game you play with your friends to fuck with them.
Yeah.
When they try and get in the truck,
just don't do it too often because it's annoying.
Yeah.
You know who you are.
God damn you. So they do that. They get in the truck, and then they zoom off to Happy Land apparently. Yeah. And the movie kind of ends.
Yeah.
Fantastic movie. I wish that there was a sequel. Or a prequel.
I'd be cool with a sequel.
A sequel or a prequel would have been good. Now I feel like it's too long to do a sequel.
It's too long.
If they were going to do a sequel, they should use the same characters and go like after a year, maybe 2 years.
Yeah, like
I don't know why they didn't make a sequel.
Yeah,
because this movie made a shit ton of money.
Yeah, this movie was really successful.
It was budgeted at $23 million. Yeah. And opening weekend, it made 24.
Yeah.
Gross USA, it made 75 million.
Nice.
Now, budget on this movie is $23 million.
Yeah.
Budget on Dawn of the Dead was $24 million.
Oh.
So Dawn of the Dead had $1 million more and made a way shittier movie than this. And $24 million back in 2004 was way more money than 23 in 2009.
Yeah.
So, just goes to show you.
Good filmmaking.
Good filmmaking, exactly. Yeah. It made $75 million gross in the U.S. Worldwide gross was $102 million on this movie. Nice. They could have made a sequel.
They could have.
They definitely could have.
Because it wasn't like a super plot-heavy movie where they were like, "Oh, how do we remain faithful? Just have more fun." But whatever, it's fine. They don't make a sequel.
So solid movie. I would suggest looking at it and watching it.
Even if you listen to this and you're like, "Oh, maybe that does sound pretty good," watch it. The spoilers don't matter. It's just good old fun. Good old American violence.
So some trivia with this: Woody Harrelson was arrested for marijuana possession during filming, which delayed shooting for a day.
I love it.
Patrick Swayze was originally going to be a cameo as a zombie before he had cancer.
Yeah.
His scene would have parodied Ghost, Dirty Dancing. Zombie cameos were also offered to Joe Pesci, Mark Hamill,
nice.
The Rock,
whoa,
Kevin Bacon,
okay,
Jean-Claude Van Damme, and Matthew McConaughey.
I would have liked some more cameos.
The puppy that Woody Harrelson was playing with belongs to Abigail Breslin in real life.
Oh, cool.
It was shot in 42 days.
Nice.
Emma Stone was originally cast to be the neighbor.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think she was good in this role.
Oh, yeah.
She plays kind of like cold better than I think Amber Heard would.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely. So, good choice, directors or casting agents or whoever.
The amusement park scene was filmed at an actual amusement park.
I believe it.
In Georgia, actually, not California.
It would be incredible if they constructed a whole amusement park for this movie.
Third biggest opening weekend of Woody Harrelson's career. First was Hunger Games. Second was the movie 2012.
Okay. So, yeah. Hunger Games was fine, I guess.
Let's see what else. Oh, when he's talking about how much he hates snowballs during the snowball scene.
Yeah.
If he looked further behind the door of the truck, just visible on the right-hand side of the frame is actually a box of Twinkies.
Oh,
is a brown cardboard box.
I was actually
filled with
thinking,
Twinkies.
I was like, man, that's such a big truck. You should really dig through there.
Here's another thing that we were talking about, where we said about submarinos. Woody Harrelson's like, they call Twinkies Los Submarinos in Mexico. And I'm like, they call them the submarines?
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense. They are actually called submarinos in Mexico.
Nice. I love it. This movie had just so many nice little touches that we didn't even.
That's like the trivia. Like, there's so much good.
Yeah, there's so much
trivia.
Good stuff.
There's just so much good trivia in this movie.
Yeah. It's a great movie.
It's fantastic. I would definitely say go ahead and watch it.
Definitely recommend it.
All right, guys. So that was.
Yeah, that was Zombieland.
Yeah.
As reviewed by us. Did we say our names?
Probably.
I don't think we did.
If not, my name is Casey Lynch.
And I am Mike Oldspay.
And that was Zombieland.
Yes.
There's gold in them hills!
Should we do plugs?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
And then I'll redo our actual ending.
Yes. Because that's what we're doing now. We'll see how long that lasts.
All right, so I guess time for some plugs.
All right. Follow me at @KCLynch on Twitter and Instagram.
Follow me at @KC Lynch also on Twitter and Instagram.
Sure, why not? Couldn't hurt. I'll take all those follows I can get.
Be sure to listen to Casey's new podcast.
Yeah, Trial by Pilot.
He's actually going to record right after this.
Yeah.
Doubling up on...
I gotta speed off as soon as we're done and go do a bunch of records.
Doubling up on podcast duty tonight.
Yep.
So check out Trial by Podcast.
Trial by Pilot.
Or try...
You always fuck it up. Yeah, Trial by Pilot. We review a pilot of a TV show and just review the whole show based purely on that and whether we'd watch it.
Also, check out my new podcast, Trial by Podcast. I just review first episodes of podcasts. And then
that's
judge the podcast
that's
specifically
not a bad
on
idea.
that.
I'll sue you for intellectual property theft. Okay, yeah, and follow us at Zomboys.
At Zomboys Pod.
At Zomboys Pod on Twitter.
On Twitter, and yeah. Don't forget, there's gold in them hills!
Yeehaw!